elected government is not favoring the people, the government is not for the people, then definitely it is not a democracy government. They only care for themselves and their family. But have they forgotten that democracy is the government of the people, for the people? And if it is not like that, it is no longer a democracy.
They never understand it. It's Jimmy Whitey.
Last night you came from the party. I noticed that you drank from the brandy.
So that one day this kind of thing will begin to come up in Nigeria. Nothing lasts for too long. No matter how you do it, no matter the way you do it, even if you stand that thing for so long, one day something must intercept it. I am telling you that the democracy of Nigeria is not called a democracy. I don't call it democracy, and so many Nigerians never call it democracy. It is still a military regime, a government headed by one person, signed by one person, decision made by one particular person. Every single conclusion of that country is made by that same person. That is how military regime is. And this set of people I'm saying, they know themselves. And because of them, the country is passing through a lot. A country that is not even supposed to pass through what they are passing through. A country that is not supposed to pass through malnourishing, through economic crisis, through high cost of living and every other dryness that have taken over that country. Because of this set of people. That they are militaries. They don't care. They only care for themselves and their family. But have they forgotten that democracy is the government of the people, for the people? And if it is not like that, it is no longer a democracy. Government by the people, for the people, is the people. The security of the people are the utmost priority. The feeding of the people are another priority. The housing, the maintenance, everything that will make the people happy every single day they wake up is what is the ultimate priority that the government of any country should first of all think of before your own family. Because where you are already, you're already in a better place. Because if you are selected as president of a country, you know now everything follows. President cannot just be left like the president. All your family will feed well. All your everything you need as a maintenance will be given to you so that you can focus on the affairs of the country. But it is not like that with Nigeria. Upon that, Nigeria gives them every single thing they need to live and focus. Yet they still bite on the one of the Nigerians. Anyway, welcome to Jimmy White TV podcast. I am your boy Jimmy White, the host of this program. We are about to see a conference that was done by Kenneth Okonkwo addressing what a civil society is, what the civilians are supposed to be doing, and where they are supposed to be, and their right. I was saying it the other time, I was saying it is time for us to hold a platform that is called civil movement, that we can be able to monitor whatever the government are doing, and if possible, take over the government. Yeah, if possible. If the government are not doing well, they are not doing the right thing, they are not looking after it, I'm telling you, then somebody from the civil society will have to be the president of the country. Because the government is for the people. It's not for one person, it's not for you, it's for the people. It's for the people. If the affairs of the people materials that they have, the resources they have, that this is what they have, and it's taken from them, being used and not used for them, then they have to come by force, by fire to take it away and take over the affair of the country. That is what should happen. Because enough is enough. Anyway, let's say this video before we come back to begin to detail more on this, because it's 2027, there must be free and fair election in that country, whether they like it or not. Let them gather themselves, collusion or no collusion, whatever thing they like, let them do. But this time around, civilian, we're on top of the game. Let us see this video, then we'll come back again to analyze.
United Nations. So I have come, organization, for this honor that I should come and deliver this paper as a lead discussant, sitting with the array of these great men and women really gives me the urge to know that we have a future in this country. And so if you would permit me, because they say the time is short, let me stand on existing protocol. So I recognize the people on the high table, and more especially, I recognize you, the ladies and gentlemen. Now, this discussion, this paper, this speech, this address, anyone you prefer, please take, is given by Kenneth Okonkwo under the theme of civil society, democracy, governance reforms, building sustainable partnership for national development. Now, I am very glad when I was invited, because the whole idea is that the whole civil society are coming together as one under this umbrella. United, we will always stand. Divided, we will always fall. The greatest unity of civil society is in their unity. The greatest strength of civil society is in their unity. If you allow them to break you up, they will take you out. So this paper examines the intersection of civil society, democratic consolidation, and governance reforms. It explores the challenges, the opportunities in building sustainable partnerships among government institutions, civil society organizations, and private sector to drive development. Drawing from Nigerians' democratic history, reform efforts, and development strategies, this paper is going to advocate for an inclusive governance, where the civil society will not just be a watchdog, but will be a co-architect in national progress. The civil society has to step up, because our journey from 1999, our democratic journey, as you can notice, has made some mild achievements, but with significant challenges. So as we grapple with our myriad of problems, corruption, weak institutions, insecurity, inequality, poverty, the time for governance reforms cannot be more urgent than now. So this is the time that we should go beyond consultation to collaboration. We have to go beyond tokenism to true partnerships. And we have to go beyond reactive advocacy to strategic partnership. Because if we want to build a democratic future, it has to be a future that will align the democratic values with inclusive governance, so that we can build a just, prosperous, and united nation. So I have come to awaken your mind, the civil society, because from the colonial days, it has been resistance groups That's what the civil society was doing from the colonial days. You hear about Pi Michael Imodu. They were fighting for independence. During the military regimes, it was advocacy groups. You can hear my brother now that went from jail to jail, advocating for democracy. For just being an advocate, you can be charged for treason. Nobody will pray for military regime. I don't pray for it. But if the civilian dictatorship becomes military regime, then why do you think people are adoring like the military leader of Burkina Faso? It is because their dream about democracy, the promises that we are made to them, they cannot see. But in all honesty, if you know what military regime is, you will be very careful. I know what we're passing through in democracy, but I just tell you like a statement about military regime. Military regime is the government of one person. Forget the issue of your hearing military regime. No, it's the government of head of state. There's nothing like military regime. It's the government of one person. The decree is written by one person. The decree is signed by one person. The courts are set up by one person. And it is that what that one person wants that is done. Forget anything like during the military regime, the military suffered most than even the civilians. If you go to the officers' mess then, during Abacha's regime, you won't see 2-3 officers coming together because they will say that they are planning coup. And they'll just take you there, tie you in the stake, and shoot you. People like us that will say our mind, we don't wish military regime to our worst enemy. It is because their dream about democracy, the promises that we are made to them, they cannot see. But in all honesty, if you know what military regime is, you will be very careful. I know what we're passing through in democracy, but I just tell you like a statement about military regime. Military regime is the government of one person. Forget the issue of your hearing military regime. No, it's the government of head of state. There is nothing like military regime. It's the government of one person. The decree is written by one person. The decree is signed by one person. The courts are set up by one person. And it is that what that one person wants that is done. Forget anything like during the military regime, the military suffered most than even the civilians. If you go to the officers' mess then, during Abacha's regime, you won't see 2-3 officers coming together because they will say that they are planning coup. And they'll just take you there, tie you in the stake, and shoot you. People like us that will say our mind, we don't wish military regime to our worst enemy. Because it's either I say my mind or I keep quiet. Decree is simply the order of the head of state put in writing. When you hear Armed Forces Ruling Council, during Abacha's regime, I don't know whether that council met for even one day. They made a law ousting the power of democratic institutions, and the Attorney General of the Federation was not aware of the law. Onagoruwa was in Lagos. Gani won him, and they announced the law. And he was like, what happened? I just want you to understand that military regime is not the government of the military or the government of the cabinet. It is the government of one man. From the days of Aristotle, they warned us about ceding our sovereignty to a human being with all the disorders of the human mind and the affections. An authority that should be ceded to law alone. So don't pray for military regime. Why would we pray for military regime when we can, as a people, assert our right in a civilian regime? Now, let us start by reminding you that civil society is the aggregate of the non-governmental organizations linked together by common interest and collective activity. So if you do not have common interest, you cannot have collective activity. The whole idea of civil society is that you must have to have common interest and you must have to have collective activity. As you can see, the civil society includes the NGOs, CBOs, non-governmental organizations, community-based organizations, faith-based organizations. Then you have trade unions and student movements. You have independent media. You have professional associations, etc. So most of you here belong to these groups. Now, what are the functions of the civil society? Any country that the civil society is alive, the government will be afraid of the people. But in a country where the civil society is not alive, the people will be afraid of the government. I've come here to tell you that you need to rise up and demand your rights. The civil society should not be seen as an adversary to the government, but an indispensable ally. Indispensable ally in nation building. The first function of the civil society, watchdog. Watchdog. Monitoring government activities, exposing corruption, advocating transparency. Civil society fought and got Freedom of Information Act. When they were fighting, you thought that if they give them this Freedom of Information Act, you will not hear anything corruption again. They will expose everything. For where? They fought. When the government saw that if they don't give this Freedom of Information Act, there will be a problem. They gave them Freedom of Information Act. Then what is happening? Laws will not save us in this country. Nigeria has more laws than almost every country in the world. Laws do not transform to rule of law. Rule of law is ensuring the implementation of the law that will ensure that the major function of law, which is orderliness in a society, is achieved. So if there is any law and there is no implementation of the law, there is no interpretation of the law in accordance with the wordings of the law, it will bring confusion and anarchy. Rule of law is meant to bring orderliness. I'm tired of churning up laws every day. The civil society, Zukwani Ike. Law. The one you have, how much have you used it? The people in the National Assembly, with respect to some of them here, constitutional amendments now a ritual. Every session, there will be constitutional amendments. They will go to every zone. They will wear schedule some zones. They will wear schedule. They will dance. After the amendment, after the suggestions, they will go home and select the one or two that will not pinch them. And all the other ones will be. So let us become the watchdog we're supposed to be. If we are not the watchdog, there's no way they will promote us to become collaborators. Two, the civil society has it as a duty to be the voice of the voiceless. You have to amplify the voices of the marginalized people, and you have to advocate for social justice for them. I'm excited, when I hear civil society like Serap. As a matter of fact, when they came in, I thought they were going to be like the other people. You look at what they're doing. Impressive. There are some social activists that will go to Benue, even when the Benue governor will tell them not to come. They will go. That is being a watchdog. And they will be exposing, they will be magnifying the voices of the marginalized. It is the job of the civil society. The next job is capacity builder. You're meant to build the capacity of the people through education, training, and mobilization. The next job is that you have to be a service provider. Wherever the government runs short in providing service, it is the duty of the civil society to fill up the gap, especially in education, in health, in infrastructural issues. I remember those days when we were coppers, we would take knife and go and start cutting grasses on the road. There is something you can do. That you can't stand here and be talking does not mean you have nothing to do. You can cut grass somewhere just to prove that you are doing something for your nation. I did it as a copper. What has he removed from me? And I'm not saying when you want to go and do it, you go and bring all the media people so that they will come and see you. You will cut. Then you announce, copper, I am cutting grass for people. My kind of faith does not even allow that one. So what we are saying is that the functions of the civil society, I have told you. When you talk about democracy, I would have loved to say that the threat to our democracy is not hypothetical, it is real. Because the challenges of democracy is there. Erosion of public trust in institutions. You have the rise of authoritarian tendencies. You have weak electoral system, electoral malpractices, and weak institutions. And you have shrinking civic space marked by repressive laws. Just look at that. They will tell you defamation law. They will use it so that when you say anything that does not favor any leader, so that they can send you to jail. They just want to shrink the civic space. When you say a man that is corrupt, when you say he's corrupt, you have said the fact. You're not saying anything wrong. They'll say defamation. Now, let me talk about electoral malpractice because we witnessed some. In 2023, we were there. We went home to vote. Of course, in Lagos, some people were denied PVC outrightly because they felt they were going to vote for a particular way. In Lagos, some people were denied to come out to vote because they felt they were going to vote in a particular manner. In Lagos and in the whole Nigeria, after the vote, they told us that the presidential election only cannot go. You saw some presiding officers saying it openly that they were told not to transmit this. Then later on they say technical glitch. Which technical glitch? Can the machine choose the election to glitch on 3 elections on the same day? And then the machine now selected only one to glitch on. Please, Nigerians are brilliant. When you want to talk to Nigerians, try to be sensible so that the international community does not look at us as fools. That is why the international community concluded that that election was less than the required standard. So we have to, the challenge is that we have to go into civic education, you the civil society and political literacy. You have to go into intergenerational dialogue and youth participation management. You have to do it as civil society. Look at what the not too young to run. Look at what they have achieved. If somebody that is 18 years is old enough to know who should govern him, my own philosophy is that the person that is 18 years is old enough to stand for election. I've heard people who are 20 years who are elected into the assembly in foreign countries. You're telling a man, oh, you are old enough to know who will govern you, but you're not old enough to govern. Leadership is a gift, just like acting and all those things. There are people who are 60 years, 70 years, they cannot lead. There are people, when you see them from childhood, you will see that leadership trait in them. Why deny them that option? Wait. Don't thank me yet. Yes, yes. Don't thank me yet. Wait. Say thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what we are saying is that, and I have to go into conclusion because, time factor. So they don't withdraw their thank you. Just know that I wanted to tell you about national development and about the sustainable partnership. But I want you to know that as a matter of concluding, I want you to understand that we need to foster a democratic culture in this country rooted in transparency, inclusiveness, and innovation. We need to foster democratic reforms. We need to advocate more for the people so that they will understand that the civil society is not an enemy to the government, but an ally. And we need to build a democratic future where democracy is deepened, where governance is reimagined, and where people are served. The institutions in Nigeria today are built to serve the powerful, not the people. We have to reimagine that. The whole idea of democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people. Once it is not for the security and welfare of the people, then it is not democracy. So I want you to know that this civil society, do not diminish your individual self. When God wants to change a system, he uses only one person, not two. One person that dares to be alone. You may be the person now listening to me. Please bring out your quality, your capacity and capabilities. Let's unite our strength and let's insist that 2027 election will be free, fair, credible. We can do it. Let us do it. Thank you for listening to me. God bless you.
I've seen that video, and I've seen the speech of Kenneth Okonkwo, how he explained every single thing, section to section. I was so happy. Listen, he said, military government is the military of one person. It's being handled by one person. When they say military ruling council, there is nothing like council, because the time of Babangida, it was even, and it's true, how many times did the council ever meet? The council never meet. They never meet because that government was headed by, what is what they call it, head of state, one person. One person is the one saying everything. He is the decision maker, whether in the court, out of the court, wherever it is, in the law making, in everything. The person made the law, say whatever he like. Everything must be in his own favor. And that is what he's addressing, that the democracy elected government of the country is still doing like a military government. Because if a democracy elected government is not favoring the people, the government is not for the people, then definitely it is not a democracy government anymore. It is now a military government. It's a military government. And that is the reason why he began to explain that the time of the civil right, the civil defense, that when they started because of what the government were doing. They had to come up in 1990, their movements in 1990, they come up and decided to monitor every single thing that the government are doing. And even when the government tried so many things to shut them down, they refuse. But what I'm answering, where is that civil? My big question, where is that civil defense? Where is that civil, this movement? Where are they? Because if they are still existing, then this looting, corruption, scarcity of this thing, high cost of living, everything rocketed, everything, nothing is good. Man, that means either they have been shut they have been shot by the government by bribe. So many departments that will just come out from no, they will come out and the next thing they will be doing fine. But whenever they have seen one kind of money, they begin to favor the government. It's just like the EFCC when President Obasanjo brought it out. When Obasanjo brought that EFCC out, it was favoring the people. Even the civilian, they were laughing when you see a government trying to jump a governor that's trying to jump the fence. We used to see everything. It was favoring the people. Things was really, I think there was no corruption in that government then. It stopped. But right now, as soon as Obasanjo is out now, another president have taken over. He's now turned it to his own favor. Sack every other people. What they do, they change everything. They change the people, bring their own people to their own favor, change the law, change everything to their own favor. Now, come and see what is happening. They are free doing whatever they like. Nobody is dictating them. EFCC has turned their face now to the civilian. That the civilian that should be the one that they should be helping. They are now looking on the civilian. How do you want the civilian to survive? Okay, let's talk. Crime is not an excuse, but there is a country where nothing is moving. How do you want them to survive? Eat. Take the sand of the ground and pack and eat. You are there, you can fly, you can import things, you can do everything, but for them, you not block all the way, shipping way, every single way, internet way, every single way is blocked. And how do you expect them to survive? You are even lucky. The only problem I have with the citizen of Nigeria, they survive through the same citizen, at which they will leave the citizen and face the God and go where the money is. Yeah, and go where the money is. And go where the money is. And protest and get their money peacefully without no causing any crime on it, because of all the government that did. That's why the kidnapping, stealing, so many crimes that are happening in that country. And now it's affecting the cities, because you see they have to survive through the cities. The police too surviving through. But how do you survive? The ones that are even the little ones that are going out to go and sell market, they don't even. Oh my God. They don't even have rest. You need to see how this Lagos State local government will come back all of them. They will just be chasing them, they will be pushing them, they will break the market, they will push them. How do you want these people to survive? How? Every area you see them, they will create a kind of local authority, local this thing coming out. You see both police disturbing them, agro boys disturbing them, oh my God, what they call them Oloja or Oloja disturbing them. You have even every single business they do, everything they will pay this money. You need to see, there was one day, and I'm going to be shooting that. I'm going to go into I promised that business guy that I will come when I come back to Nigeria, that I'm going to be, that will be my business. Yeah, I'm going to be exposing a lot of things on there. Somebody will open a business, you will not have rest. You pay for this one, you pay for local government council, you pay for this one, this, you pay for this, you pay for this. Another agro will come collect, Olaja will come collect this. Then how much is the person making? The power buying, the power buying is even low, because the people, there is no employment. Not the people are not making money. The few ones that are working are not even getting the kind of money they are. So how many people are even purchasing from Nigeria? People are there begging, going into the crops to find food to eat. Where is even the food? Who is throwing food away? Who is throwing food away? And you're telling me that there is a democracy in Nigeria. And this is the reason why Kenneth Okonkwo is addressing that it is time for the civil defense, the civil movement to stand up for their right and make sure that 2027 is a free and fair election. It's a free and fair election. It must be free and fair election, because the people now suffer. It must be free and not by the inner. There was a time I was talking about this Godfather. Another thing I expected Kenneth Okonkwo, he slightly addressed it, and that was why he was talking about the military. that there is something they call godfathers. Yeah. Another problem Nigeria need to solve is godfather. Who are those godfathers? Who are them? I'll be answering that question. Who are those godfathers in the police, in all the parties, in every government parameter that they have a godfather? Even I didn't have even extended even to the civilians. Well, godfather. Who are these godfathers? Are you ghost? Why are you doing godfather on Nigeria? Have you ever heard that any godfather in any country? Is there anybody that created a country that want to be a godfather? You want to be a godfather of the country, then you have to be. Did you start the country? The godfather that we have in the country is the Nigerians that started it. That the first man and the woman that came to start that the godfather. After that, we'll not have any one again. I don't understand. They dictating. These are people that dictate how the country will be. Dictate every single law of that country, dictate everything, hide themselves and dictating and telling the president what to do. We don't want that no more. Yeah, we don't want that no more. This is the time that Nigeria need to stand, and that is the truth that Kenneth Okonkwo is saying. Kenneth Okonkwo is saying it too, and I'm so proud of him for saying that word. It is time that Nigeria need to make sure there is free and fair election in 2027. Take it by force, by fire. Except Nigeria want to move into another 4 years of suffering. Because this time around, let me tell you something. When the enemy want to fight you, they are tacticing. And that is why they are making everybody to be poor. They want to make sure everybody so that they can be able to use. But that system, Nigeria is too smart. Thank God. Kenneth Okonkwo, God bless you. I am so happy that say Nigeria is too smart for you right now to begin to want to use rice to share to Nigeria. 1 cup of rice. You want to use bread and money. No, bring your tactics. You want to use borehole. Nigeria is too smart for that now. You want to use borehole. Now you want to go and do borehole. Nigeria is too smart for that. Nigeria have overgrown that. I'm so happy that a lot of Nigerians have traveled out of the country and they have seen and learned and say, no. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I remember Nigeria in those days. I used to say that I'm one of the child that enjoy Nigeria. If you go to European quarter, if you go to health center, oh my God. Oh, you see me the way I'm shaking my head. When my own time, white, yes, so white people, white, yeah, British, white, in our health center, yeah, coming to take trip, I used to sit with them. Do you know when I started seeing white in Nigeria, I see today? Is it when I started seeing white? That was what encouraged me to say, that I told my mom that I want to travel. I would like to, that time. When I say European, they call it European quarter. Go and check it. European quarter, if you are going towards, you want to go, it's long. From Ajibule side, you enter Bandre, you say you want to go to European quarter. They call it European quarter. Till now, I think that place is still European quarter. I don't know whether they have changed the name, but it's still European quarter. If you are going through Bandre side, the Jubilee side, that place, you can take through that place to Semes, to very beautiful place. Even when I went there, the last time I went to that place, it still look, but it's not as beautiful as it was long time ago when I knew it. That place, hey God, white. Everywhere in Nigeria, you go to Lagos, white everywhere. White. When now our time. Everywhere, why? If you go to our health center, you see white here. Me and white sitting, taking treatment with their children together. But right now, I went to health center, tears came out of my eyes. The nurse that was talking to, saw me, I see, after that, he said, yes, he said everything has spoiled now. He said it's not like before. Even some of them are not being paid, that they are struggling. You see a nurse hungry. You see, and this is the only thing that most of them, the way they survive, because they are nurse, they have private patients they used to treat. So they get from there. Why the doctors, the same thing. Tell me, if they are not like that, this kind of profession they have, and they can have private nurse and patient and everything. Because even the patient, they don't even believe in the hospital sector, because there's no instrument. Now even the private one, the private sectors, that they are moved, that they themselves, the head ministers, all of them, they know how they are organizing, making that is, make sure that the one of the government does not move, to make sure that the private one move. But why? In every country, both diaspora, I said it, they have private, they have, like here, they have, like in UK, they have NHS, they have the private. And all of them are registered under NHS. Both the private are all registered under, it depends on the one you want to go. Everyone you go, they have the instrument to work. If you want to go to private, it's up to you. If you want to go to, it's up to you. You make the citizen to decide. The same thing with private schools. Private school, they have private school, they have this government schools, which is free and everything. It's supposed to, if it's free, that you're done, yeah, it's up to you. The citizen has the right to make decision. The children can say, oh, mommy, I love this school. You understand me? To make decision, because the only thing different that you see that there's a lot of things that will be, but that is a competition between the private and the government sector. The government sector, they want to put everything to see that their children enjoy their place and will know and do the same thing. That's just that. It's just for them to be doing that. It is not for the government to find a way to disrupt that one and make it frustrating. The teachers will not be paid. Nothing will happen. The days of when I went to school, I went to public school. Yeah, I was having free book, sander, uniform. My mother never bought any single thing till I finished my school. Yeah, even up to my university level. I went to Unilag, that time Unilag. Yeah, Unilag. If you see Unilag then, when I went to Unilag, I was crying. If you see Unilag then, it's not like now. Yeah. So I know when I went to school and what I saw. But right now, you see students are buying handout. Did we buy handout? No. I never bought handout one single. What? I never bought handout. When I went to school, it was free. My university promised, and all of us this thing was here given to us. Everything. We will come to school like this, and this thing, palm, you get it. Your tutor will distribute it. They will come to it. They will give everybody their this thing. Everybody have it. We used to have our head and this thing let's start from the primary school. Now we have the monitor, the head monitor, who will come shape all our this. Sometimes they will call us in the staff room. They will size of our uniform, give us. After they will not tell us, take it and sew everything for us. They will sew, give us uniform, give us everything. Yeah, bet everything. Government used to bring it for us. Then when you go to the university, we have our this thing. When it's time, we go to the we'll go to because we used to have the library. We'll go to the library, and the library there, you see the head of the school will stay, and we give us everything. Your handout, you will take your handout, you will call your name, you carry your handout, your handout that will cover the whole of your syllabus with bag. Ask anybody that have gone through my time. But right now, you say a student will be buying an handout, and if you don't have money to buy a handout, you are gone for. And again, you see teachers failing students just because they want to have one or two things to do with students. You can't imagine how this poverty have crippled even into the school, into the health sector. Do you know that? Thank God for the. I told you that Nigeria has good doctor, but thank God that if I was not financially okay when I came to Nigeria, do you know that my mother would have, God forbid, my mother would have gone. I know when my mother had the sickness she had, I know when I went to health center, Ikeja. Yeah, Ikeja health center there. I know how much I paid. If I didn't set bribe, if you see a lot of people there that was there that they don't even attend to, they will tell them to go. You can't imagine somebody sick is telling the person to go. They don't attend to them. But those ones that are the ones that are tipping are the ones that they quickly call. You can't imagine that. And the security was telling me, if you want your mother to be sent, I said, I have. Before you know, my mother inside, before you know, Papa, before you know, before you know, started, before you know, my mother, boom, everything, because everything they say, I was doing it. Supposing I'm not in that level, what will happen? come and see me going there, still sorting people problem because there are a lot of people there that cannot even afford drugs, they cannot afford. But why will it be like? Is it not supposed to be free drugs? In our own time, we finish from health center there, boom, they will give you drugs. They say, ask my father, and I think how many when I was sick. Even when I removed, I removed my first teeth then from here. Yeah, I remembered. That's how they give us the card. We didn't see everything was free. As we did, they moved from one section to, and you are so fast from one section to another section, from one section to another section. As soon as that card now, when I did Nigeria, I will do a video and bring all those cards. The card I have from one section to another section, everything was moving free. Boom, they fixed my listen. They will fix it, do everything. Even when my father got glass, they give my father, everything was free. Yeah, very neat, no problem. If you see the way nurse, you are so kind. They will even give you food. They used to serve. Oh my God. Amala. They serve food. This is a long time ago. Hungry, if you are hungry, you will answer if you are hungry. People like if you don't have money, they won't. They will go and they give free. They serve food, they give you food, you eat and take injection. You mean ask anybody in health center? I was born in Lagos now. I was born in Lagos, in health center. There, that was where I was born. In Lagos, in Apapa there. So that Apapa, yeah, that's what they call it, Apapa. That's what they call European. Well, we call it European quarter. But right now, it's not like that. It's not like that again. Those days, that's where we used to, a lot of people, even like you see your white Ajibule, they are free walking everywhere like that. Nobody is, because Nigeria is good, Nigeria is sweet. If you go at that Ajibule, they say, Ajibule is so beautiful, then you see white sand. But now, we are the first school in Tolu Primary School. Yeah, the first school. Tolu Primary School. Go and answer that school. The first school. In that place. How many of us we are like about hundreds of us that started that school? No? This was a long time ago. Then school. Everybody was school was beautiful. We see school. When they now started, they first built it and then government now decided, oh my God, God bless those people that was ruling us that time. May God bless them in Jesus' name. Yeah, I'm praying for them right now. Those government that was ruling us that time. May God bless all of you. Do you know that it now went to the extent that they decided to say no, that the Dan one, all those block one they are building, that they want to stop. Now they want to make Swiss structure. Come and see, they started building upstairs. Oh, if you see what government was building, if you see school, they put every single thing that, oh my God. My secondary school was, you get the kind of board I was using there. I was in the upstairs, we had the fourth floor, enter, fairly new with this, everything, chair, your own chair, you have your own chair. Free food, free there will be waiting to long time, before you, as you go, they already cook like this. You go, everybody line up, they give you your own, you take, they give you your own, you take. You go to the east and sit down, you have dining table where you can relax and eat. School looks beautiful. When I saw school, apart from the private school that I'm seeing, that look beautiful, but when I saw public school, I shed tears. Public school was the school that people used to see those days. So why? Look at what Kenneth Okonkwo was saying. That is right. Because the only problem that we have in Nigeria these days is that when an organization is being open for the movement of the people, for the betterment of even some people that comes out to say they are voiceless or the voiceless, at the end they become corrupt. They begin to do like the government because they have been tipsing them with some money. But why will you sell your soul for the devil? Just because you feel that this money is enough. After you finish it, let me say a good name is better than a bad name. And this is why this movement, this civil movement has no effect again in Nigeria. Look at human right. Human right that is supposed to be the one to intercept the to make human right that still Nigeria is suffering. Now you say there is human right in Nigeria. I was shocked. Do you know when I saw, I said, is there human right in Nigeria? I knew there was human right, but it was so silent that I don't even know there's human right again. Do you know when there was human right in Nigeria? Hey, there was this man, I've forgotten his name, that started this human right, this human right movement. I say the government, they were scared. They were scared. that man, I've forgotten his name, but if that man talk, if they talk, you will hear this woman right, that they are saying woman right, that Nigeria have woman right and civil defense movement, and yet Nigeria is still suffering. That is why I'm telling you that these people, until those people leave that seat, if they don't leave that seat, those people that are all sitting on all those seats, both INEC, I think you see him talking about INEC, that corruption instead of INEC, both INEC, both human rights, both civil defense, whatever movement, all of them, they have to do what? Reform them. They have to take those people up, and Nigeria have to put their own people. Nigeria need to take over. Yeah. And this is when Nigeria, this time around, they need to get interceptor too. Another interceptor, the hidden secret people that will be monitoring those people. If they are not doing the right thing, if those ones that they are giving the they should intercept them and take them off the system and put the right people. Yeah, because sometimes they get corrupt. But I wish that they will see. Let me tell you something. I want to advise Nigerians. See, Nigerian. Do you know why Nigeria need to be beautiful? Do you know why Nigeria need to come back the way it is? Because I experience it. Listen, Nigeria, I am one of the child. Believe it, please. I beg you. I am not lying to you. I wish. Listen, when I go back, my father, you see how old my father is. I'm going to do. My father will have to talk through this place. I am one of those child that enjoy Nigeria, that see the honey of Nigeria. Yes, I know how lovely Nigeria was. And I did not wish that Nigeria would be. I'm telling Nigeria, there are different country people in Nigeria that was in Nigeria. Ask anybody, you see different people from Nigeria. Now the only people you see now is China, India, and maybe Asian country. Those people now, because they are not. You know what I mean now. China is only even small, that has small something. The other one, they don't have anything. All those ones, they are coming to find a way. All those ones that are entering the country are coming to bring terrorism. They are coming to bring, because they know Nigeria is a ground where they can dump all their ugly things. From there, they will shoot. Whether Europe, that's wherever. That's why the Europe can discover that there's terrorism in Nigeria. Because from there, they shoot. See what that guy is saying? That is not even because of all insecurity in Nigeria. And the security is bringing money to them. But why would you use insecurity to make money for Nigeria? Why would you exchange the life of the citizen just to make money? The Bible says those that kill by the gun will die by the gun. Those that do anything by whatever will go by that same thing. It's a karma, something that is on. Why don't you leave the people? Let the government be for the people. Let me tell you something. I'm driving to something. During that my time, things was better, everything was good. You need to see. If you go to Ibadan, if you go to play, if you see the kind of bus I was running in Nigeria, you'll be so proud. Taxi. Have you ever paid taxi 5 naira before? Answer it. Have you ever paid taxi 5 naira? My time I used to pay taxi. Taxi would carry me from here. Do you know from here? I went from here to Ibadan 5 naira. And that 5 naira safe, it is even cost. We even say it's cost. And it's not cost though. As you are doing 12, you're saying 5 naira, one person there. Before you know, come 3 naira, come and enter 3 naira, let's go 3 naira. Because nobody's rushing it. Nobody's rushing. Some people are using 404, some people, you understand me? There's no rush in Nigeria. Everything is so bad. It is me, it is not me. That is the most reason we need to bring Nigerian back. If Nigeria is better. Let me tell you, if Nigeria, do you know why Nigeria need to be good? Because Nigeria has good weather in Nigeria. There's a good one. Nigeria have production, timber. Nigeria has food. Nigeria have productive ground. Yeah, you see, Nigeria is supposed to be a country where tourists from different countries, from every country of the world, supposed to be coming to Nigeria. Yeah, if Nigeria is being put like this American guy, which I don't know, I didn't stop putting him on, but I'm going to bring him back again. Like the American guy that he came to Nigeria, when he came to Nigeria, American black American that came to, but he's Nigerian blood. He came because he tried to come to Nigeria. They were telling so many things, kidnapping, this and that, and the guy could not stand it. One day he said, no, let me go and see it by myself. If anything happened, it happened. And he came. When he came, he said, where's the kidnapper now? He didn't see them. But rather, where he was going to, he was looking at it. He said, whoa, how beautiful. He went to the building, went to the ghetto side. And he said, in the year 2030, that Nigeria will be so powerful. That Nigeria is a lovely place. Nigeria is a place that where tourism is supposed to be coming from different parts of the country. Come here, there will be some people will come here and live. Nigeria is a place that a lot of white people and a lot of foreigners want to come and live in Nigeria. But because of this insecurity and because of all these things that are happening, do you know what these people do? They go to their own country, they enjoy it, like they went to Jerusalem, see the way they were relaxing, your government, you see, they were drinking, enjoying, went to do purpose. But as you are looking at that country and you come back, is it not enough for you to tell yourself that, let my country be like that now? If you go to Jerusalem now, you see how beautiful it is. Let my country be like that. But no, rather, you choose a particular place, make it beautiful because you are building your house there. Then you, when you want to pass, you pass through that place and go to your place, and that place look like the same place, that you're okay with that. That is bad. Everywhere need to be the same thing. And that is why 2027 election, like Kenneth, like many Nigerians, whoever stand and agree with me, he said we should have common goal, common interest. If there are no common interest, there will be no activities. There will be no activities to be actualized. We should have common. And I'm so glad that Nigeria is having common interest. See, the civilians are having common interest now. You can see them complaining. They complain now. And now, the ones that are there now, Jay-Z children that are born, that they are watching, that they are seeing a lot of things. They want to be like that. So, there is no chances. With what is happening in Nigeria, so I advise the parties to do it the right way. It's not a joke. I am saying it right now because we also over this place we are watching. Advice, and I'm going to be in Nigeria by that time. Yeah, we must talk. Nobody, if it's to give our life to Nigeria, we'll give it. Yeah, after all, people give life. People give their life, and there was betterness in that country, and their country became better for the future of our country, children. We have children. So do you know why Nigeria? Do you know a lot of our children who want to come to see that country where we are from, and we are resisting them not to come? We have to resist them because let them not be attacked like a lady that went dead. She and her all children. In Ibadan, they were all they buy them all. Just but they buy them all. The woman eradicate the family. Why? Just because of a. Oh my God. If there was security, you think that kind of thing will happen? CCTV Africa, you think that kind of thing will happen? Everybody will be feared that, like this kind of place, it's not like there's no, but the crime, people think before they do crime here. You will think first. You first of all think of the thing that is involved. When you think of the thing that is involved and know that, yes, this thing that involves are really working, then you will first of all think of your mind. Then it takes the person a stronger heart that say, oh, whatever thing that will happen, no, I don't care. That person, that kind of people that do something in this kind of place. But if that kind of thing, tell me how many people will have that kind of mind to do that kind of thing if Nigeria is working like where we are now? How many people? It's scanty people that want to do that, and there will not be more. So the country will be fair and fair. People will still want to because they know that these people can still be caught. There is no system. Even the people are doing it for their own people. They are even the one, the criminal themselves. Yeah, you can't imagine a government that is stealing from the people. A government looting the people money, a government using convoy to do a lot of things, black man, using a lot of things, doing and laughing. You are laughing. You are not laughing at us because you are Nigerian. If you laugh Nigerian, you are what? You see, you sometimes these people, they say they went to school. They say they are adults. They say they are elders. But they make proverb, and yet the proverb they make, they do not understand the proverb they make. You can't imagine. You wear agbada like Kenneth Okonkwo with big agbada, eating Nigerian money, sitting down, and you're making proverb, all the old proverb the proverb that you made. Do you understand the proverb? Because if you laugh at Nigerian, who are you? First of all, wherever you go, who are you? Nigeria. So you're laughing at yourself too. And you calling yourself that you're laughing at, yeah. Because you are laughing at, because you are laughing. Look at them. Who are them? Look at them. That's how they be suffering. Who are them? Now mention that them. Mention them. Nigerians. Look at the Nigerian citizen. Then who are you? You should ask, who are you? You are a Nigerian. The mess that is happening in this country that every other people know, when you go out, definitely they used to answer, they say, look at it. You see what Kemi Bodeno said? Kemi, the aspiring prime minister that is trying to be a prime minister in the UK, he always denounced her citizenship. Boom, I'm not a Nigerian. Yes, I don't blame her. Deny it. I'm not saying that it's good, but I don't blame her. Because, like I say, what example can she use? Can that help her political way? Can Nigeria be an example to make her win the politics? I think Nigeria should have been a good example for her. If Nigeria was democratically really doing good, she can use it and say, look at my country. Look at my country. Look at where I come from. Proudly speaking, look at where I come from. You can see how democratically elected they are ruling, doing the government security, their movement and everything. That if somebody that comes out of that country, if people that in that country can do well and the citizens are looking well, why not? Me, I'm from that country, the same thing, the ideas, this thing. But now, what if she said that will even fail her? If she ever open one and say that, Kevin, don't say that. If you say that will be her downfall. Because first of all, British know how Nigeria economy is. They know how the government are corrupt. They know everything that is happening. So what are you going to say? They hear, they see. So where is he going to say? So that is the reason why she say, maybe these people are looking and say, okay, if this girl is from Nigeria and see what is happening in Nigeria, maybe they are pinching her, telling her that, how does she expect? She has that blood. They corrupt her. She's going, Anna, see you. I was born here. I have my family here. The one that maternized my family. This is where I'm from. See, I'm no longer this. It talks about that, and the reason of why I know, because of what because of their economic crisis, their looting, their corruption, their everything, kidnapping, so many things. He said it. He placed it. I don't want to take this video long, but what I'm saying in essence is it's a shame. It's a shame that this thing is happening. So 2027, all this shame need to be packed into one bottle, throw away, and 2027, Nigeria new face should be open. The real face of Nigeria, the new face of Nigeria. The main face that has been hidden, the beautiful face of Nigeria need to come out this time. And I am telling every party, please, I am begging you, whether collusion or no collusion, whether one party or no party, we don't want to know. Because now, we the citizen, we are not going to agree for anybody to just come out and tell us that computer have problem, or this happen, or frustrating the citizen not to come out, to come and do it's a lie. It's a lie. Frustrating come out to come and not to come and do election. It's a lie. The citizen this time must do what? Must vote. And another thing we need to look into that INEC. Let us start, now that it's not yet 2027, I think we need to start talking about the INEC to see whether we can remove that person that is there and put our own person. Because now they have started building office for them. This is bribery. I think the civil movement, that's why the civil movement need to come. If possible, I'm saying that, if possible, the civil movement need to vote against it. Vote against it, and come out with a plan of how to take over that INEC. I'm telling you, citizens have the right to appoint somebody from their own, from a neutral ground that will sit there. And that person, they will monitor the person. Nobody will make sure the person, listen, they will not know where the person will never be known where he's living. If possible, take away phone from the person. The person should not have any contact with anybody. The person should not have phone. The only phone the person should use will be a work phone, and that work phone should be connected to everything, that when he's talking, the whole workers will be hearing what he's saying. If possible, those sections, you see what I'm saying, so that nobody will go by behind and call and say, please, can I come to the social place, my restroom, or wherever they are having all these things they used to do. Go and hide that place and begin to loot money and carry one kind of billions as they take. This one is for you. Make sure and become president of the country. Nigeria need to find a way out of doing everything possible to see that 2027 is free and fair election, that the person that entered the place was voted by the people and put on that seat by the people and satisfied. And if the person did not rule well, the people, another thing I want to say again, because if you come to diaspora and other places in other countries that their system is working, when the government ruled for 1 year, 1 year alone, okay, let's give it 2 years alone, 2 years of a ruling of a government is enough to settle a country. And if in 2 years the country has not have economic movement or shift to the betterness, then the people have the right to petition that president. That is petition, that not to wait for 4 years, petition that president to come down and resign and let there be quick election, or quick election to be taken immediately for a new president to take over, or whoever that is almost, or the person that is almost, that win, that was second to him, that was second, that in another part that win, that would have win, could take over at that time. This is another power that Nigeria need to have, because now what these people are doing is that they feel that when this is true, they feel that they can't bring them down when they have got into that place. So when they got into that, they have to rule for 4 years. So when the 2 years, they know they didn't do fine. The remaining 2, they will first use 2 years to loot every loot in there. You see, that is the wrong thing. You see the brain. If I were you, even if you want to loot, since you people like looting now, which looting is bad, even if you want to loot, at least for the first 2 years we are there, use it and do the country well, better everything, do everything, then you can do whatever you want to do. Nigeria will not even look at you, but you will not affect Nigeria in one way. But why? Why will you even do that? Because as a president, gift is coming to you. So many things are coming to you. Companies, people are coming, even paying homage to you. A lot of things, your salary, everything. You live in a house that, what again do you want? The purpose of you entering the country as a president is not for you to do the country well. And that was why you entered. You did not sit there to come and eat the country money. You sat there to do betterness. That was why you are there. That is why you because of the thing you spoke from your mouth. How you will make a light to be free, this and that, and at the end of the day, the thing became worst. Even the country now, they are even wishing that there was somebody they were answering in diaspora. I just frequently went and said that Nigeria, and the Nigerian, I said, Nigeria, how are you, my brother? He said, I'm fine. I said, are you from Nigeria? I said, yes. So he said, I said, do you know the Nigerian president? He said, the Nigeria have president. I said, what do you mean? He said, do Nigeria have a president? I said, how do you mean? Nigeria have a president. I tell him, we say Nigeria does not have a president. There's no president. I said, you don't know. They say it does not, Nigeria does not have president. It's until you see a president. There's no president. He's not seen any president. I said, you don't know Tinubu. He said he doesn't know who Tinubu is. That Nigeria have president. That Nigeria does not have president because there's no president. Because, and as he now said to me, if there's president, why would the people be suffering? There's no president. That what is there is not a president. You see the way they narrate. Not one, not two, not three, not four. These people are in different diaspora people know that they are not even feeding from Nigeria. And yet, this is how they see you. So ugly, man. Now they will come for the remaining 2 years. They want to use it they want to do one or two things. Start doing borehole. Start, if the place they have not paid, they will pay. All those things, they will just be here. They will not say employee. They will start. Oh, why didn't you do it since? Why didn't you just come in and start doing it? This is what people will see it and say, wow, this guy just, like that. But no. God will help us. I don't want to stay long in this, but I say 2027 must be free and fair election. Every party, whether collusion or no collusion, should understand that every Nigerian are ready to vote now. Every Nigerian, both the one in diaspora, every of us, we are ready to vote, and we want to vote who we want to be in the seat. So everybody is looking at, everybody is in the market now looking. This one, whether this one, they look at the interview, this one look at the interview, look at the looking, everybody selecting, putting names like I know how many names I put. Looking at them interview, looking at their interview, looking at their conference, looking at what they're doing, ticking. Until I see more of them, Nigerians are looking the same way I'm doing. Nigerians doing. So we are all at the end of the day we'll have a collective, maybe almost getting one person. All of us, all because everybody will not have the same, but it must be all of them must be free and fair. At the end of the day, the highest vote in Nigeria win. And it must be true counting, not that fake one. Not those fake inflated number that you people bring from nowhere and say this was it, because this time around we no go grill. Anyway, I've come to the end of this show. I want to say God bless you, and also I want to thank you guys for commenting, liking, and sharing this video. You see, we have the politics. I'm still coming more on politics. We are still talking more on politics. So, but for now, I have come to please watch this video. What do you think? Comment, say your mind as a Nigerian. Please say your mind, and let us start doing it. Please, this is not a, let's come together, brother and sister. No more hate speech or no more this. Let's come together. Say, what do you think with what Kenneth Okonkwo, with what I'm saying? What do you think? Drop your comment on this comment section, and I will reply to every comment that have been dropped here. For now, we have come to the end of the day. God bless you, and I will see you, and bye for now.